I'm feeling very Hollywood tonight. I went to the Emmys last night. It was fantastic. I've never been before. Oh, my Lord, it's fantastic. I'd watched it before, a little bit. I didn't watch it much because I was on the Drew Carey show for 9 years. We were never nominated. Yeah, you're obviously not in the Academy. We were never nominated. Drew Carey show, not once. Not once. Anyway, I went there this time. It's all right, everything's fine, it turned out well, I got this. But it was a very humbling experience being there. Almost as humbling as being on the Drew Carey show. Because, they said they were going to send a big stretch limo, like, you know, a graduation or something. They're going to send a stretch limo. And then when I get the car turned up, it's a town car. It's a little kind of taxi. It's true. And the driver was disappointed. You could tell the driver's disappointed. Because, you know, he thought he's going to get a limo and he's got a little beep, beep, like that. And also, you know, he thinks, oh, I'm doing the Emmys, I'm going to get a star. And then he gets me. Instead of a desperate housewife, he gets a desperate Scotsman. What is that? Oh, I'm going to the Emmys. Oh. George, his name was, and he was a foreign gentleman. Like me, I'm foreign. But he was from a more kind of Middle Eastern country, George. And George, I'm not used to being driving around. George, he had very strong opinions about where he wanted to go. I had very... anyway, it was like a clash of the titans. We didn't get along. So eventually, I get tired of arguing. I said, George, get in the back. I'll drive the car. So I can get in the back. I am driving. Drove myself to the Emmys, and I'm talking to George, and as I'm talking, he puts up the little separation screen. And he starts making out with my date. What the hell is that? But then... there were so many celebrities there. I was kissing ass all day. It was I felt very insecure. I did. I think, oh, God, I'm not rich enough. I'm not famous enough. I'm not handsome enough to be here. I hate this. Oh, it's horrible. And I'm having my picture taken by paparazzi, and they all shout, oh, Colin Ferguson, over here, Colin Ferguson. What's wrong? How many times do I have to... Oh, Colin, come on over here. Stop it. And I'm thinking that I'm the only one that thinks like this. And then I bump into Jason Lee. And he's there, and I say to Jason, I feel very, I'm not rich enough, I'm not famous enough. I know, he said, I know, I feel exactly the same. I said, well, you're Jason Lee. If you feel like you're not supposed to be here, what the hell am I doing here? Anyway, I've decided I'm not going to do it again. I'm not unless they ask me. And then, unless they ask me, I won't do it again. And on that red carpet, by the way, it's not that easy. It's not what you think. You know, it's not that easy to talk to reporters. You actually have to stand in line. I'm not kidding. You have to stand in line to talk to Joan Rivers. It's true. Yeah, it's like waiting in line at the DMV in a tux. And I know because I've been to the DMV in a tux. You know, there's actually a celebrity DMV line in the Hollywood DMV. It's true. I used to get on it when I was on the Drew Carey show. Screw the Emmy, I was on the DMV line. It's true. Come on in. It's true. Never once got an Emmy, but my driving license. Anyway, I think no one was really interested in me on the red carpet because I didn't wear any bling bling. I can hardly afford a bling. I did have a diamond belly button ring in, but nobody saw it. I'm wearing a tux, and I've taken it out, so I've just got the hole now. I think it's infected. Anyway, I sat down in the audience. This is really true. I sat down in the audience, and I was in the wrong seat. I got asked to move. I didn't look at my seat thing properly. I was in the wrong seat, and Ellen DeGeneres' mother came over and said, are you a seat filler? I said, technically, I suppose, yes. And then I'm starting to think, is seat filler a euphemism for something else? I live in West Hollywood, no, it's a seat filler. I said, no, I'm not a seat filler, I'm just European. We all sound like this. Anyway, the award I give out is for Best Actor in a Comedy. And I only had one line to do. I just, I would, read out a line. They make you come in the day before and rehearse for one line. Maybe we should rehearse this show. It would take the charm out of it. It would. We shouldn't do that. We can't. We don't have time. We've got to do another one tomorrow. Anyway, I gave out the best actor thing. Best actor in a comedy. It's a good category. I thought I'd be giving out, you know, best lighting for an ab cruncher infomercial or something. And I presented with Celia Ward. Oh, what a gorgeous woman she is. Just... I mean, classy, lovely, southern... Oh, God, she's lovely. And I met her husband, her husband, who I'm sad to report is a very nice man. But I'm sure he's got skeletons in his closet. I've got a couple of detectives working on that. And when those skeletons come out, Celia, I'll be there to pick up the pieces. Celia Ward. Now, I gave the award to Tony Shalhoub from Monk. Now, some people think he won because he was a guest on this show. Right? You think, like, Patricia Arquette won. She was a guest on this show. Felicity Huffman, she was on this show. She was the only Desperate Housewife who got an award, and she's the only one that did this show. I'm just saying. Yeah? See what I'm saying? The only one, I think, Cameron Manheim, who was robbed, frankly, I think. She should have won it for the Elvis thing. She was a guest on this show, but she lost to Blythe Danner, who was also a guest on this show, so it still stands. If you're interested in winning an Emmy, I'm just saying, here's the place. Anyway, the biggest surprise for me was how tame the parties are afterwards. Because I thought it would be really kind of mad. I went to that governor's ball thing, and it was like, it was very kind of conservative, very kind of relaxed. It was kind of like the dining room of the QE2, I think, the governor's ball. And they had the singers that they had on were a band called the 10 Tenors. Have you heard the 10 Tenors? It's 10... I've heard of the 3 Tenors, right? But they had the 10... Hollywood, everything's bigger. They had the 10 Tenors. And the 10... To me, that's 7 more tenors than you need. And it all sounded a little bit kind of, you know, German. You know what I mean? A little kind of... I come from a town that was bombed very badly by Germans in World War II. It made me very uneasy. Anyway, the parties are very tame. I mean, Hollywood is a conservative place. You've got the Paris Hiltons and the Tara Reids, but most people are home by 11, really, because they've got work the next day. That's the way it is. I was home by 11 because my date went home with George, the limo driver. Really. Anyway, I'm going on and on. I'm talking and talking and talking. But there's the music. I'm running out of time. I'd like to thank my agent, my publicist, George the limo driver, my dogs, Simba and Nala, Dr. Phil, Conan O'Brien. Conan, I love you.